Que lo que YouTube family, thank you once again otra vez por visitar. Today we are going to check out Assassin's Creed 2 Ezio Auditore by DAMTOYS. They were doing pretty good. Because this figure is pretty dope. This is actually probably everybody's favorite assassin. I'm excited to show you guys this dude, so let's get into it. So you slip off that top cover. This is what's underneath. You can see the figure there and all of his glory, looking amazing. All of these accessories looking nice. Now we're gonna get into the figure for real. We're gonna get into the figure now for real. So taking a closer look at Ezio and starting off with the hair sculpt. His hair just popped out the way, but you can see that the hair sculpt here looks pretty good. It's totally sculpted in all different types of directions. Here's where you put his ponytail at, where it just literally just fell off. Now it's back on, and that's what it looks like with the ponytail. When he's in the box, it doesn't come with his ponytail on, nor his hairband. They actually folded it properly, but mine just came apart and I do not know how to put this back. Even though I think it's pretty cool that they added that wiring system in there, but they could have used better glue, I guess. Or maybe they did, but with posing it, it comes off. You can see part of his ears. And looking at his face, I think that they did pretty good for the most part on his face sculpt. The only issue that I think he has is he looks slimmer in the face here versus in-game. I think in-game he had like a little bit more square head, but the actual sculpt of the face, it looks pretty good. They have his scar there where I believe it was a rock. They threw a rock and they hit him in the face. On the skin texture, it is nicely painted, and you can also see like little blemishes all throughout the skin. You can see that he has a little bit of that 5 o'clock shadow going on here. His eyebrows are sculpted. His head does come off pretty easily, but you just stick it right there, and once it's in there, is on, but it just does come off pretty easy. The neck area here, as you can see, it's rubber, but it does continue the same skin texture. You can see his neck muscle there, and Ezio also rocking the necklace that we see him wearing in the game. And these are little individual beads here. The hood, that's what it looks like when you have it on him. The hood does have some sort of wiring in here. I do think that the hood is a little bit big. As you can see here, it kind of just like sticks out a little bit more, but I'm sure if you have the patience and you play with it and you fold it in its proper places, that you'll be able to put it over his head and it'll look really good. It does have the design that we've seen in the in-game. You can see all of that stitching. This is a little bit crooked though. Then back here, I don't remember him having this design in the game, but correct me if I'm wrong. Now looking at his clothing here, he does have a lot going on. Starting off with the top here with this collar here, it is nicely tailored and crafted nicely with the stitches and everything. You don't see no strings coming out. You see it coming out on his arms here, and they are a little bit weathered, as you can see. It has like a little bit of brown wash on it. And this piece of clothing is put together by Velcro. You can see it in there a little bit. This part right here, you can see this part does have wiring on the outside right here, but on the collar it doesn't. But the details in here that they added looks pretty good. You know, it doesn't feel cheap. This is actually the inner part, the red part is a different material. His right shoulder, you can see that the hood, next to the hood, he does have these red lines on there. Same thing that he has here, he has that same continuity on this side as well. He has the design that he had in game under here. We can see the buttons here, and you can see all of the red lines running throughout as well. Nicely stitched. You can see it does have like these little fuzzes on the side. So all of these little details that DAMTOYS was able to add is pretty neat. Here on this skirt piece, we can see the design that they added on there, and it does have a little bit of brown weathering on there as well, and continues on to the back. These are wired. Not this point though, just the bottom part, and these back here. Here, this is nicely sculpted and nicely done. The paintwork that they added on here with the brown and the leather texturing and all of that, and then printed these design on there. They did a phenomenal job with this. I think that this looks really good. The little leather texture that they added on there comes out more with the brown, or with the lighter brown. And here you can see the silver pieces that are connected to these little strings. You can see the little buckles here that are silver and painted as well, nicely done. This piece is movable here. Strap that we see here goes on to the front, continuing that leather material and leather look to it. It does have the little holes on there. It does have the holes on there where the buckle would, you know, ideally go on. This is also a functional piece, so if you wanted to remove this through here, you can, but don't do it because you'll probably be very annoyed trying to put everything back together. The same silver piece that we saw in the back, he also has it here in the front, and it is nicely detailed. You can see it better there. And the same buttons and silver pieces that we've seen in the back, he also has it here in the front. And attached to this leather piece is his little flowy cape, which does have a wire in there, so you could put it and pose it in different ways as well. Inside is a whole different type of material than it is out here. Now looking at this red part right here that goes around his waist, which is nicely wrapped around him. It looks like it has Velcro here where you connect it, so you can remove it if you wanted to. And attached to this piece, we can see that he does have these little strings here, which does have wiring in it. Same thing as this piece. You could kind of see the wiring coming out of it. Now looking at this piece right here, this emblem here, they did such a great job with this as well. You can see all of the detail there that they added with the silver touch to it, and then some black weathering on there, making all of the details stand out even more. You can see the little red gem in there. These little feather lights have little details in there. I don't know if you could capture the little lines of the feather there, and then in the middle, you know, you can see all of the leather pieces. You can see the straps, the buckles. You see these little buttons here. Here you could probably attach a sword there. You can also see the pouches back here, which are nicely sculpted and painted. You see the weathering on there a little bit. You know, you can see the scope work that they added, the stitching that they added a different color to it. Now they do not open, but you can see that it does have a silver piece there. He has another piece where you could probably put a sword in there as well. For his hands, for his right hand, we can see that he does have the leather glove on there, which is nicely painted. The sculpt looks really nice. It looks like he actually has a gloved hand. He has this part which is floating around. You can see the little detail here. Under there, I don't know if you can see, there's a little hole, which I will show you why later. Now looking at this side of his arm, we can see that he has the leather piece underneath here with all of these little details and little silver dots going all around, leather material textured throughout. And then here we have the same symbol that he has here in the front. We have it here, all of those silver pieces all sculpted, nicely done. A lot of love went into this figure. Looking at this hand right here, bam, this is where his knife goes. All of the mechanics, all the silver pieces and the straps and the buckle right here, and just this part right here, you can see just in this little area all of these details. Let me see if we capture all of that right there. Look at all that. Nice, man. That is freaking beautiful. For his hand on this side, it is plain. You can see the detail there, the nails. You can see all of the creases. You can see all of the veins and everything on there. Nice details. For his pants, he just has this brown dress pants on, it looks like. And does he have pockets? He doesn't have pockets. Maybe he does, but it's just all the way up there and I don't reach it. But Or maybe he just doesn't have pockets. Look at those leather boots. Those leather high boots and all of these texture and detail and beautiful stuff. You can see the light brown bringing out the texture and leather-like material on there. All of those buckles and painted and the silver pieces, and this is nice, guys. This is nice. For his boot, his actual boot, you can continue seeing the leather texture throughout, and see some creases there in the front, you know. And then back here you can see he has like some line, and then the bottom part is also nicely done, and is, I don't know if the light lets you capture that, but it does have wear down here. They added that little detail on there as if he's, you know, because he's been walking on these for some time now. So that's pretty dope that they added that back under there. For articulation, Ezio head goes around. He looks up about that much. He looks down, pivots. Arms do go up. And he can do a 360, but of course, because of his closing, that's about as high as I want to take it. I don't want to rip anything. Bicep swivel, bend at the elbow, then his hand goes all around, and it goes down. For his upper body, he does move around, but he is limited because of the closing, and he can move side to side just a tad bit. Forward, and then back. About, you know, not that much, but yeah. Waist movement, but is hindered. For his legs go up about that much. You do not want to overextend it because his pants will rip. As thigh swivel, leg goes up about that much, bends at the knee. Boot goes around, goes up, comes down, and ankle rockers are pretty good. For accessory, he does come with the basket hilted sword. You can see all of the details there. This is a very soft rubber, so you can see it's moving, but it is glued up here. So you do want to be careful because it's just glued there, and then all of this is just like all soft plastic. Sword itself, you can see the handle there with the blue underneath and the silver on the top and the gold strip running across there. See all of those details there. Just super dope, super dope. Sword piece, the detail that it has embedded in there. And there's the tip. This is a flexible material, but the craftsmanship of this sword makes it look so premium. And he also comes with the Apple of Eden. This is literally a little ball with, it doesn't move or anything like that. It just has these lines running through and the design that the Apple had in the game. And he has to come with these guys. As you see, these are nicely sculpted, and it is the same type as the sword. It is a soft plastic, but it still looks very premium because of the paintwork that they added on here and the detail. It makes it look like it's definitely a premium piece. And he also has one for this side, nicely detailed, and it's fairly easy to put in. It's just literally this end part. All you gotta do is just slip it in its place. But yeah, it comes with those. And lastly, he does come with this base. This is all nicely painted and detailed and sculpted. You can see the rope there. This little sand piece, you know, the ground here, looks like he's inside of like a church building or something. This is nicely done. It is like a regular hollow piece. It looks like they just added this on top, but it's just pretty hollow though for the most part. It doesn't really weigh a lot. You can see the little plate there. It says Assassin's Creed 2. And yes, pretty dope stuff. And it does come with this type of crotch holder. And that's pretty much it. And lastly, he does comes with these pair of hands here. One gloved, one regular hand. Comes with these as well. So are more relaxed hands. See all of the details there. And they also added these. And one cool thing about this one is this one has that magnet there. And that magnet is for the apple of Eden, because it has like somewhere around here, you gotta find it has like a magnet in there as well. There you go. And it sticks on. And that is super cool. And then he just have his sword hand. But yeah, pretty cool stuff, pretty cool stuff. Something rather cool too is that they added these pegs, these extra pegs, just in case. We always appreciate these little guys. So thank you DAMTOYS for adding these guys. That's a wrap up of my review on Ezio by DAMTOYS. This figure is pretty dope, packed with a lot of details, as you guys seen. I do wish that some of the stitching for the that wraps around the wires would have been done a little bit better. For his hidden blades, I think it would have been cool if they would have also added one that was smaller to symbolize the blade retracting. The ponytail, it kind of kept coming off pretty easily, so that was a little bit of annoying. The hood, maybe if it was a tad bit smaller, maybe it would have been really cool. It wouldn't look so big on his head. Other than that, I think that the figure is pretty great, man. I'm really happy with this figure. Definitely recommend Ezio, because Ezio's the man. He's the man with the master plan. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you guys, and thank you so much for subscribing, those that have. And if you haven't, subscribe to the channel to help a brother out, and also smash that like button. I really appreciate it. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Peace out. Y'all be blessed. Thank you. Peace.
And enjoying life. You should find an outlet.
I have plenty of outlets.
I meant besides vaginas.
Mother,